What's good, beautiful people? It's your boy, the Lazy Pastry Chef. Today we're making a mini strawberry tart. Please stay tuned. If it's your first time stopping by, I can't thank you enough for taking the time out to peep my channel. I upload content like this at least every other day. If you like this, please feel free to subscribe, and while you're at it, hit that bell. That way you're notified every single time I upload a video. Now let's get into it. We'll start making the tart by making the chocolate ganache, because we're going to make a whipped ganache and this needs a little bit of time to set. So we'll get some chocolate chips, heat up some heavy cream and add it to the chocolate chips. Let this sit for at least 5 minutes. Then we're going to whisk it. Usually I will not recommend using a whisk. I'd rather have you use a spatula, but this doesn't matter at this point because we are going to end up whisking the ganache anyway. So whisk the heavy cream and the ganache, make sure everything's nice and evenly combined. Then cover it with a piece of plastic wrap and let it sit at room temperature for about 4 hours. Next up, I'm going to make a pie crust. I'm using a recipe for an Italian pie crust called a fragola. I'll pop the exact ingredients in the description below. Please feel free to check it out. I start off by creaming the butter with some sugar. Then I add a little bit of milk. I cream this until it turns light and fluffy. You want to make sure you scrape the sides of the bowl. That way everything is nice and mixed. I then add eggs to the cream, butter, and sugar and continue mixing this until it's completely incorporated. Once that's done, I gradually add the flour to form the dough. I then knead the dough for about 5 minutes, cover it with a saran wrap and let it sit at room temperature for a half hour. I then dusted the surface, I don't know what to call it, a rolling table. I dusted the surface that I was shooting from with a little bit of flour, and I evenly rolled out the pie crust. I don't know how I can stress this. Be very, very gentle. The reason that a lot of people have problems with making pie crust is you being extremely aggressive with the rolling pin. So you want to take your time. Just think of it like you're trying to get to know a woman, basically. I don't know how else to describe it. Take your time. You see, I'm making sure I'm rolling from side to side, from edge to edge, basically. That way I have a nice round, even pie crust. Using a cookie cutter, I cut up the pie crust and fill the tart shells. You want to make sure you firmly press the pie crust onto the walls of the tart shell, because we're not using any baking beads or beans to do a double bake of the pie crust, because it's just going to be baked one time. That's how awesome this recipe is. Once we're done filling the tart shells, we'll pop them in the freezer for about an hour for them to set. Then we'll bake them in a preheated oven at 325 for 7 minutes, and we'll turn them halfway and bake them for another 7 minutes. To get a nice looking pie crust, rather tart shell, excuse me, I don't know why I keep on calling it pie crust. To get a nice looking tart shell, we'll smooth off the edges using a zester. Just take your time doing this. After 4 hours, we'll check on our chocolate ganache, which should be nice and thick at this point. We'll pop it in a mixer and whip it for about 3 to 5 minutes until we have nice stiff peaks. You want to be very, very careful because ganache can break in a split second. It takes nothing for ganache to break, so you want to keep watching it while you're whisking it. Oh, and another key point is you want to scrape the sides of the bowl, that way all the chocolate's evenly mixed. Once my milk chocolate ganache was ready, I filled a piping bag with some milk chocolate ganache. Then I filled the tart shells halfway. This is very important. You don't want to fill them up all the way because you will not be able to decorate them. The strawberries will keep on falling out. After doing that, I garnished it with some strawberries, and I dipped one strawberry in a nappage glaze that I put on top. And there you have it, a mini strawberry tart. I know some of y'all are probably wondering, why is he using chocolate ganache as opposed to like a custard? Two things I hate: custard and buttercream. You will hardly ever see me get to use them. I'm sorry, it's just a personal preference. I just don't like the way they taste. I don't like the consistency. I could keep going all day. So I usually make my fruit tarts with like a sour cream or a cream cheese filling or some kind of chocolate ganache filling. I do not ever do custards. I'm sorry, it's not me. Even when I do a custard, I usually mix it with like a whipped cream to make like a diplomat cream. I never ever just use straight up custard. It's just not for me. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. To all my new subscribers, welcome to the family. My old subscribers, thank you so much for sticking with me. As usual, it's your boy, the Lazy Pastry Chef. Please do not forget to smash that subscribe button and like, comment, and share my videos and my recipes with your friends, family, your neighbors, your loved ones, anybody. Thank you so much for watching. It's your boy, the Lazy Pastry Chef. Peace and love, everybody.